Alright folks, what you're looking at right now is, well, a console screen for a system running Debian GNU Linux 12. In fact, if you want to know, it's that machine right there. Debian 13 is out. It's been out for a little bit, and I have been busy avoiding doing this, but at this point I kind of have to do it. So what we're going to do in this video is upgrade from 12 to 13. Now I've already updated this from 11 to 12, because this was running 11 previously. Some distributions you can do a straight upgrade, like let's say if you're running 11 you can upgrade straight to 13. I advise against it. I have not found a guide on how to do it. I have not found anything for that. So don't do it, and if you do it, ignoring my advice, take a backup, and on your own head be the results. Speaking of that, on your own head be the results anyway. There are a lot of ways in which a distribution upgrade can go wrong. Hoping that this one doesn't go wrong, because this one's not a virtual machine, so I can't easily roll it back if it does give me grief. Important things before you proceed and do anything. Number one, you want to do this from a local console. Yes, you can do it over SSH. Yes, you can do it remotely. That is asking for having a problem. And when you do have a problem, you're going to have to get in your car, and you're going to have to drive to wherever the server or machine or whatever is located anyway, and you're going to be very frustrated. So save yourself the heartache and the headache, drive to wherever your box is, and do this from a local console. It is so much easier. I have tried doing this from SSH before, and every single time I've had a problem. Second of all, check your disk space and how much you have left. In my case, on my root drive, you can see I have quite a bit. I'm not really using any of that drive at all. The minimum amount of storage space that you need in order to perform this upgrade is 5 gigabytes. You probably want more than that, especially if you've got a lot of packages or a lot of files or whatever. But the officially stated minimum space that you need to perform this upgrade is 5 gigabytes of free space on the root drive. That slash that you see there. So make sure of that before even starting this. But first thing we need to do, go ahead and we'll update all the package lists. And the other thing we are going to do is just make sure everything is up to date, which it is. Okay, SmartMan would take a backup of their sources, their Etsy app sources.list. I'm not going to do that because I like to live life dangerously. The file that you need to update, or the command that you need to run, is right there. What that will do is that will search for and replace all of the instances of Bookworm with Trixie in your sources. Now, when we run an apt update, you can see we get a whole bunch of different output. This is a really easy process. There's only a couple of steps to it. So it will get all of the package lists, it will process them, and then it will tell us that we have some very large number of packages to update. I don't know if that says 834 or 354. No idea. Doesn't really matter. Just update the existing packages that are installed on the machine. I'm not going to do anything else for the time being. What this will do is this will help us avoid some dependency issues because things depend on other things. And you can see we're going to upgrade 213. We're not installing anything. We're not removing anything. And there's still some stuff left to do, but we'll let it do that. And that might take a little bit. Okay, that took about 5 minutes. Not too shabby. Now here comes the big one. We're going to run a full upgrade. What this is going to do is install the new stuff that it needs, update whatever we didn't update before, stuff that dependencies and all that, and remove all the obsolete stuff. This is another long process. See how long it takes. One quick thing to mention, it hasn't shown up in my case, at least not yet, is you might see a dialog box about restarting services. Unattended restart of services or something similar. You probably want to select yes. I have never seen a good reason to select no. Although I suppose if it's a mission critical server and you're doing this over SSH like you're not supposed to do, you might want to select no, because otherwise you might run into serious problems. But for people following the directions and doing this locally like you're supposed to do, you probably want to select yes. Here's the other dialog box that will appear, and it might appear several times, talking about a configuration file that has been modified. Here again, I haven't really seen any good reason to select install the package maintainer's version or doing any of the other options, but keeping the local version currently installed, because the reason why this is showing up is because you have made a change or you've installed something that's made a change to this file, and you probably want to keep that change. Which is exactly what we're going to do. Okay, that took 12 minutes. So we're at what, like 15 minutes so far? Now we want to reboot the server. Let it do what it needs to do. It'll come back up. I'm just going to let it sit and go. I'm not going to touch anything. Just to make sure that that all works. 9 times out of 10, this thing is going to be booting unattended anyway. Let it do what it needs to do. Let it load. Give it a couple seconds here. And there it is. And you can see up at the top there, the all-important Debian 13. So, we have a successful upgrade. First thing is first. We want to remove anything that's potentially left over that is no longer supported, no longer going to see updates, no longer needed. You can see, even though we ran the distribution upgrade, the full upgrade, there's still a bunch of crap here left behind, none of which is useful, none of which is going to be upgraded ever again. We don't need any of it, so we're going to get rid of it. The other step that you'll want to do, if you're running Cockpit, like I am, and you use the root user to log in, like I do, you shouldn't do that, first of all, that's dangerous, but, I mean, it's behind a firewall on my own personal network. The only person who's going to be breaking into the machine is me anyway. And besides, if somebody can get to the point of being able to log into that thing, they've already compromised the network. They've already, like, there's already so many levels of problems before they even get to this point. So, I don't really care. Cockpit, I don't know if I spell it right, has a disallowed users list. By default, the root user is on there, although it looks like in this case it didn't actually overwrite anything. When I upgraded from 11 to 12, it put the root user on this, and I couldn't log in anymore. So make sure it's not there, which it's not, so that's good. One last thing that you can do, there's a file in here called Debian version in the etc folder. It should say 13. 13.0, at least in this case. It might say something like 13.1 or 13.10 or whatever by the time you're watching this video, I don't know. As of right now, it's 13.0. And again, that is congratulating us on a job well done and a job finished. So that is how you upgrade from Debian 12 to 13. Very easy process. Took less than 30 minutes. And I did it from the local console and had no headaches whatsoever. Thank you for watching. If you've got any comments, questions, whatever, leave them in the comment section down below.